I find that getting things off my chest in a very loud way actually helps me feel a lot better mentally. So this is, I guess, how I'm gonna do this. 1 second. Now, the thing that was really on my mind right now that I wanted to discuss really has a lot to do with the anxiety that I feel that I'm working through right now, because I feel like with Pluto being in my 6th house with my moon, not only is the psychic channels a bit more Poppington than normal, it's also showing me where some habits have to die. And I thought South Node Virgo would definitely do the big one with that one. I'm actually starting to see it's definitely Pluto. But yeah, so I got about 11 minutes. But I was sitting here thinking about how I'm going through some stuff right now and how I'm trying to prevent myself from procrastinating and not getting things done, and breaking through to having a new way of doing things. And part of that has to do with relationships as well, where I have
in a quarter mile turn right on Utica Road using the right lane.
At this time, I actually have the ability to focus more on myself right now, seeing as though my special person is in the 7th month, which is all about isolation and peace and quiet and focus.
Turn right on Utica Road.
Learning and things of that nature. So, and I have like this need, because I have such a huge focus on myself right now, that I'm trying to share some of that focus within the relationship, when I really need to be focused on something very, very crucial that's happening right now with myself. And my distraction is to go and, take it out on my relationship, because it's easier for me to escape into my relationship. I do have Neptune in the 5th house, by the way. It's easier for me to escape into, love, relationship, those type of fanciful moments, than squarely face the decision making that I have to do for myself right now, being an adult, being grown up, and not lean too much
in a quarter mile turn right on Gratiot
another
Avenue.
person doing everything for me, because that kind of has been the crutch right now, is that from separating from organized religion, also been separating from family and the trauma, Chiron in the 11th house. For me, that came with that Cancer family. And being that Cancer, we're going into Cancer season
Turn right
soon,
on Gratiot Avenue.
but I have Jupiter Cancer. My Jupiter return is upon me right now. It's about to go exact. I'm crediting my Jupiter turn during the entire year that Jupiter is in Cancer. I'm not just looking at just that one spot. I'm gonna do it just how I did Saturn. Okay, and Jupiter's bigger anyway. Why not do it for the whole year? But with that being said, I do have Chiron in Cancer as well, and Chiron is currently in Aries, and it's kind of like squaring off. And you know what I'm saying? Energetically speaking, it's squaring off. And then we got the Saturn and Neptune conjunction in the Aries that's squaring Jupiter as well. So it's like, I'm doing my best to stay focused on what I need the most, what I need to be focused on the most, which is like me trying to move, find somewhere else to go, seeing, my options, my possibilities, changing or adding on to my income and things like that. Like, that's the stuff I really truly need to be glued to. But there's this overwhelming desire to kind of like find a way to escape from the anxiety of it all and love, having fun, relationships, even 5th house is sex. It's kind of like where I I want to escape. And then, you know, ovulation be having, especially when you in your 30s, be like, it be crazy. It be really crazy. So, like, I'm doing my best to channel all that energy into myself, giving it to myself. And I said I really wanted to do that for Jupiter Cancer. Nails, hair, toes, skin, routine, focusing more on my health. I just sent a message to my doctor's appointment, which I'm gonna probably call and follow up about doing some special tests on my GI tract because my solar plexus needs a lot of work and healing and focus again on myself. So that fire, right? My Mars return is upon me right now as well. So I got a few more degrees before it goes exact, but it's back in my first house, and I am ready to go. I'm ready to take action on a whole bunch of different things. But I also feel like, you know, with my anxiety, it's like he's not going anywhere. You know, calm down, chill. You know, and if he does, then he's not the one. But because I've had this belief system for so long, it's like, okay, but if you really believe it, why are you stressing out? If you really believe that, why are you having so much anxiety? If you really put your trust in yourself the way that you should be trusting yourself, the way you know you can trust yourself, then you really don't have anything to worry about, right? Right. But, you know, old habits die hard, and that's where Pluto comes in. The 6th house is habits, health, job, service, you know, things you do on a regular basis. And Pluto is saying, hey, stop that. Hey, stop that. And that's just a mild way of putting it. Because Pluto really be like, bitch, I said stop. So it's like I'm doing my best with the anxiety to not escape into relationship fancy and stay like squarely focused. Like I feel like I'm almost on the brink of a breakthrough, some type of shift, some type of change that's going to be positive for me. And I just need to stay the course. And I'm doing so good. Doing so good right now with staying the course of this. Because the old me would have completely went into escapism. I would have thrown myself into some type of entanglement or relationship, even if it's something I didn't really want, because it was easier than me facing the problems that I had in front of me that only I can solve. No one else can solve it. Being caught up in a situation isn't going to solve it. Blaming other people isn't going to solve it. Me giving my attention to it is the only thing that's going to solve it, right?
In a quarter mile, make a U-turn to stay on Gratiot Avenue using the left lane.
And then I started seeing it but I didn't know how to deal with it during my Saturn return. And now that I'm in my first Saturn square since my Saturn return, it's like, okay, now I'm starting to kind of like get it a little bit more about myself. And
make a U-turn to stay on Gratiot Avenue.
It's not to say that, you know, there's no hope or anything. It's just that the more you become aware of yourself, the easier it is for you to be in charge, to put yourself in a position of control and take charge of the situation. Because I could easily be like, you know, yeah, I got all these things happening to me, but you didn't do this and this person didn't do that and they did this, and it's like, okay, but you're still in the situation, so what are you gonna do about it? You know, what are you gonna do? And
turn right on Stevens
I'm gonna
Drive.
do everything in my power with all the knowledge and wisdom that I have to continue to keep myself on the trajectory of my highest timeline. So if you're one of those people, sometimes I joke and say ADD and ADHD, and you know, gotta be mindful of your words. But
in a quarter mile, turn right on Roush Avenue.
It's just like, because I know I could be so on track with something, and then I just get distracted and I just go into a whole new lane. And if you have that gift of being able to maneuver through timelines like that, it is a gift. However, the thing about Jupiter and Cancer, it is an exaltation placement, and I'm not just speaking
turn right on Roush Avenue.
I have this placement. I am speaking on the fact that, you know, during this time, our gifts are able to be expanded very beautifully very naturally with all this Cancer water, this nurturing. Our gifts are being nurtured right now. And the thing about exaltation placements, be it Moon Taurus, Jupiter Cancer, Saturn Libra, Sun Aries, you know, Mercury Virgo, which I also have. The thing about exaltation placements is that you can overdo it. So don't overdo your gifts. Don't burn yourself out trying to be the best at whatever gift that you have right now. Let it blossom and unfold like the beautiful rose we all are, you know. And if you choose a different flower, of course that's on you. But I'm just saying the illustration of it all. Allow your gifts to bloom on their own and continue to nurture it. How do you take care of a plant? How do you take care of yourself? What are some things that you can do to help your natural gifts blossom? Because that's what we need right now. We need the nurturing. We need the kindness. We need the love. Okay, now Leo, very well known to connect with love, but I feel like Leo's love is more about passion, where Cancer love is more about nurturing and soft love. And Leo is that fun love. And, you know, we need to tap into something deeper than, okay, ourselves. It had me come this way and the road was closed. Okay. Can I go out this way? So if you find yourself during all of these transits that we got going on right now, wanting to escape, feeling anxious, not sure how things are going to play or work out. Yeah, I don't think I can get out of here this way. Just know that you have the capability of facing things squarely, and you don't have to worry, okay? All the gifts that we have or that were given to us, all of them have not been awakened just yet. You could be awakening a new gift. Cancer is an initiating sign. It's a cardinal sign, just like Libra and Capricorn. And we have the ability to tap into it.
Just ahead, turn right on Norton Avenue.
Okay. So I was saying that aloud to myself to say, hey, I'm talking to me, but yeah, I wanted
turn right on Norton Avenue.
This to
then
be a
turn
moment,
right
because
on
I just
Saxony
literally
Avenue.
I just hit a dead end. Okay, it says the road was closed, even though it's telling me like to keep driving or whatever. The road was closed, so I had to turn around and find a different way. And they're over too, so we on the same type of time I'm on. We're trying to find a way out of here.
Turn right on Saxony Avenue.
Sometimes the roads are closed to where you need to go. Sometimes the roads are just closed. You gotta find a different alternate route.
Turn right on Saxony Avenue.
And you may have to try several, because this road is closed as well, to get to where you gotta go. To get to where you gotta go. Okay.
Turn right on Lambrecht Avenue.
And they might think you're playing. They might think it's for show. They might not understand. I'm pretty sure the person who's waiting for me to pick them up, like, where are you going? But if they're aware of what's going on in a way that you haven't been attuned to what's going on, they already know, oh yeah, they gotta go through this, that, and the third, because ain't no way up out of here except for probably the main roads. But because, you know, I'm new to this, I still have to figure out, where am I going? Am I ever going to get out of here? How do I get out of here? And then I find my way, because I didn't give up. I didn't get frustrated and quit. I didn't allow myself to escape or say, you know, enough is enough.
Just ahead, turn right on East 9 Mile Road.
Into doing something else that'll bring me pleasure right here and now, but in the long term, it's going to make me suffer, because I would have wished that I would have stuck to the script or stuck to
Turn right on East 9 Mile Road.
So, let's see how this all works out for me. And I hope you see how all this works out for you as well, because this is a very special time. Like,
in a quarter mile, turn left on
events
Rausch Avenue.
take place to raise our frequency on the earth. this is where I really want to be tapped in more to, is delivering, you know, personal yet still, I'm a 12th house sun, so the stuff that I see and go through, I know there's a whole collective of people who are experiencing the same thing, and it's
turn left on Roush Avenue
that are saying the same things that I'm saying, but nobody has my experience except for me, so I willingly put myself out there, and it took a long time for me to get to the place where I get comfortable with speaking my truth on camera for other people to view and critique and not take it like, you know, I'm setting myself up for failure. You know what I'm saying? I'm not thinking about it that way anymore. I'm thinking about it as,
in a quarter mile,
if it
pick
don't
up
help
Elisha on the right.
nobody, it'll at least help me. And one person is all we need, for real. Like, you don't need a girl. I mean, I'm an aqua moon, so teams of people really do help. But I'm just saying, like, with all this Uranus and Gemini is coming, we got all this Aries energy right now, and it's just gonna be real crucial to take care of your mental health, and really take a great look at your relationship. Your relationship, to see if they're actually supporting you, or if they're hindering you from learning whatever lesson your higher self wants you to learn. So there you have it.